Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a barn vlog. I already took Nikki to a show this morning, just a little local show. Nikki's a horse who hasn't really been on this channel much, but I will put in some clips of her jumping later. The warm-up rounds yesterday were pretty tough. She did a lot better today, so that's good. Now I'm back. I dropped her off and then I went home, had a nap, had some lunch, and I'm back to ride Maverick. Maverick started doing the Ingrid Klimke, Cavaletti conditioning program, and I picked the basic riding one for him. I'm riding him in a rope halter and reins right now because he has a slab fractured tooth. He had his teeth done in January, and he had 2 teeth pulled because some kind of trauma, his first and second premolar, so not the very front one, but the one just behind. And then the vet told me to watch the other teeth because often when you take out those 2 teeth, they destabilize the ones in front, the first premolars, and that's exactly what happened. So he's getting them pulled Tuesday. Today is Saturday, so in a few days, that was the earliest she could get him in because my vet does the racehorses and they're all being ultrasounded right now. So apparently Monday she has 50 horses to ultrasound for pregnancy. So her day is pretty booked. So I'm just walking now to go get Maverick. And then his programmed ride today is a hack. So I'm just going to ride him up in the top field. And I didn't bring my helmet cam, so maybe I'll just try to get a couple phone shots of that. It's basically where I did my drone video. And then there's a winter edit of a horse riding through a snowy field back on my channel. And that's the fields I'm riding in, just up and down hills, walk, trot, canter. And then I will be riding one of my other horses, prepping them for next weekend. We have a show a few hours away, and we need to start jumping courses more. So it'll either be that guy, a big gray galoot, or Flash, who's over by Maverick's fence right now. So it is, if it's celebrating my calorie burn, I think it's about 5. And we should have enough light left to take Maverick on his hack and also ride a horse over fences in the outdoor. But we'll see what happens. I'll turn you back on when I get Maverick. So currently in the pen with Maverick. Maverick's just down in the shelter there. Flash is like, hello, I'm here. I'm the best. And in the pen with him is my 2 pregnant mares. Look at this belly. You got a baby in there? This is B. Her name is Bohemian Rhapsody 2, and she's an Oldenburg Trakehner, papered with the Canadian Warm Blood Society. And I got her inspected last year with the Oldenburg stud book, and I bred her to a horse named Lestat. And this girl is my favorite mare, but don't tell the other mares. This is Abby, and she has a face marking very similar to Flash. And she's very pregnant. She's due, today's May 5th. She's due in 2 months exactly, July the 5th. And she is very pretty, and she's very big, and I like her very much. So she was bred to a black stallion with 4 white socks and a star. And his name is Diamond Stud. And he is the most handsome. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, right at the beginning of breeding season, and it made my breedings a giant, challenging disaster. But it is what it is, and we did get them both pregnant, so hopefully all goes smoothly now. So we've got a falling apart shelter in the falling apart facility. We have a Maverick, and we have Nikki. This is the horse who went to the show this morning. And she hasn't had enough because she's not running in terror. You did so good. You're such a good pone. And this is Flash, and he thinks he's the greatest. And he was very offended when the trailer pulled out of the driveway today, and he wasn't in it. And he stood at the fence looking at me like, hey, you forgot something. So yeah, I'm going to put my halter on Mr. Dragon Mav, who's shutting out slower than everyone, probably because of his chomper. He's not really thriving quite yet. I don't like his body condition so much, but we're going to get you all sorted. His conditioning program, in case you're wondering, like, why are you riding a horse he's not severely underweight, but he just doesn't look as good as everybody else. But his program is not rigorous. It's just a general riding conditioning thing, and he's mostly working on getting in front of my leg. We're not doing any feats of athleticism or like any hardcore jump training or dressage training. It's just basic riding and coordination exercises. So I'm going to put a halter on him, and then I will talk to you guys in a second. Woo, sun behind us. Okay, come on, Mav. Here we go to the barn. So like I said, today is just a hack day for him. Just a fairly easy, not too demanding ride. It's a beautiful day out. It's like 24 degrees Celsius, and it is 5 at night. It was quite warm today, but a little bit breezy. But overall, I feel like we went right from winter into summer, and we didn't really get a spring, which I really like the 17 to 20 degree days. It just feels like we got really hot really fast, right? Right. So, this is Boo. I call her Boo because she has a little ghost shape on her forehead. See? But it won't be there forever because she's gray. And this is her uncle. So this horse is his brother's baby, which is pretty much the reason I got her. She's turning 2 in July, so she's a ways away from being ridden, but she's so cute. And this is Apollo, the horse who keeps hurting himself, and he was supposed to be started yet again, but somebody, I don't know if you can see, oh Lord, chomped him in the back right where the saddle goes. So he's delayed yet again. And that's Lily, my thoroughbred, and Diamond, my 3-year-old thoroughbred paint cross.
Thinking about what's mine, nothing to deny. Who's that other guy? Are you wasting my time? All these crazy fears that ends with bloody tears. Oh baby, we keep prepping long nights. Rock your body whole life. Don't bother the world side. Twerk it like a Vegas stripper, dollar money stage mine. Billions in a cage fight. Fuck their thoughts and get high. And get high. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Living on the edge sometimes, alright. Fame is how we ride. Life is all about time. Feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. We'll be doing fine. Alright. It's alright. It's how we ride. Feeling like the world is beyond our sight. It's all about the mind. The mind. The mind. The mind, yeah. Tired of being sober, never getting older. I got all the time, would you pour some wine for me? Smile for me, and not grind on me, yeah. We keep prepping long nights, rock your body whole life. Don't bother the world side, twerk it like a Vegas stripper, dollar money stage mine. Billions in a cage fight, fuck their thoughts and get high, and get high. It's all about the mind.
Okay, now it's obviously time for Nikki at her little local schooling show. I thought I would do a voiceover just to explain some of the stuff going on because it wasn't the smoothest show ever, but we did work through it. So this is her just warming up in the warm-up arena on warm-up day. So we're just doing a few jumps, and as you can see, she's taking a vertical, and she's doing just fine with it. I mean, for a green horse, she gets in a little close and she kind of lifts funny, but for the most part, she's forward and she's not sticky off the ground and she's not sticky off my leg, and she's going around pretty cute. And then we go into the ring for our first warm-up round at Crossrails. And I don't know what happened there. She just suddenly saw something that didn't exist. They're just plain unpainted rails. At home we have crazy painted rails because I worked really hard, because I used to only have unpainted rails, to prepare my horse for the actual show ring. And all these rails are plain, well, not all of them, most of them. And she just seemed to not really be into that. So she was extremely sticky off my leg. I am putting on so much leg right here, as you can see. And she's barely crawling forward. She feels like she's sinking in molasses. And she finally kind of has a good look at the jump and is like, oh, it's tiny, I can go over. And this one, she just kind of gets gummy again. Stalls out, and you can see me working my legs there. And she's not really off the leg. She wants to look at everything. This is so not like her typical behavior. And we've even schooled her off property. She's been to a few shows before and she's never been like this. So it was fairly windy today, you can see by the horse's tail. So I'm not sure if that was the problem or what exactly was going on. We got her going again, and then here the little white bird filler there was a monster, and it was definitely going to eat her. You can see she slams on the brakes and backs away, and it takes a lot of leg, and that's just me going left to right to try to get her unlocked because she's totally sticky. And I got her over that. And then over that one. And then we actually got a canter going, but as soon as I straightened her out along this side, she got sticky again and was like, no. And that's all my leg power just to keep her from stopping, just to go all the way from canter to walk with my legs totally on. So the second warm-up round went a lot smoother. She still kind of looked at that one, but never stopped moving forward, so that was alright. And this one, I reached behind my leg with my hand and gave her a bit of a smack. You can see her jump there. And the reason I gave her a bit of a smack was not because she was slowing down at the jump, but she was totally being a rude bag and not coming forward off my leg at all. And after I turned and gave her that little spank with my bare hand, she was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to move off your leg again. And then this one, she's still spooked at the birds, but I don't mind that so much because she hasn't seen a lot of this kind of stuff. So just a little spook to the side and then continues forward with her job. And we actually got a couple jumps at a canter, so this was a lot smoother. She was supposed to do a warm-up round at cross rails and a warm-up round at 2-foot, but I didn't put her up after her first performance. And I was actually a little concerned about the weekend just because she was acting so unlike herself. And then the day of the show, this is just one of the rounds because I didn't want this video to get too long and boring. This was her 2-foot round. So as you can see, we actually have a canter going. We're not a sticky molasses horse. She's still a little awkward finding her distances and takeoff points, but that's to be expected. She's 6 years old, and she wasn't started until she was 4, so she doesn't have a ton of experience. You have to excuse my arms and hands a little bit when I'm riding a sticky horse, which is not what I'm accustomed to riding to at all. I tend to kind of get a little enthusiastic with my arms and hands, like go, 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 as I'm throwing my reins away. It's not a great habit. We'll fix that now that we're aware of it. And she had a rail there. She had a rail in both her 2-foot rounds. They were just kind of silly, like got in too close and then just didn't put in the effort to get over clear, but that's no big deal. Just a little mistake, easy to correct in the future as she gets more confident. And then the next day, on the Sunday, was time for our dressage test. She rode all right. She was a little inconsistent in the contact, but that's partly me too, because when I ride a dressage test in front of people, I tend to get a little stiffer than normal because I'm like, why aren't you being perfect and get your head perfect? And I don't ride like I typically do, but I am getting a lot better about it. I am mostly a show jumper, and I just feel like as I'm coming close to the letters in a dressage test, I get a little stressed, and I'm like, we must do it now. And instead of like preparing my horse in advance, I just kind of spring it on them at the letter, which that aspect has improved greatly. She had a fantastic free walk. The dressage judge absolutely loved it. And she had a pretty cute test. I mean, she was obedient and everything. She was just kind of doing the head up, head down, but her trot's very consistent. And right here, she's just like, took out that cone. She's like, get out of here, cone. I don't even care. She can be a bit of a bulldozer. I guess that's the draft in her. And she had a pretty nice halt. Nice and square. And good immobility. She actually ended up winning her division. So that purple ribbon is division champion. And then she got 3 first, and then the second and the third were in the jumping. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with her. We have some stuff to work through and some new issues that we hadn't encountered before. So it can only get better, and just goes to show you, don't be discouraged because not everything goes perfect, and that's totally fine. Thanks for watching my video. Totally forgot to film an outro. Again, I was getting better about that too. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and interact in the comments. Let me know what you want to see or what you don't like seeing even. Thanks, guys.